What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first Armless Uncensored Reloaded podcast. Couple technical difficulties there with Mr. Dymatize. Hopefully, you can figure out how to work a phone and call in. But hey, we got the man Wiggles here, James Winland. So, guys, this is the first ever official Armless Uncensored podcast. You guys may have seen one before with Alex Willett and Kyle DePew that put one on, but that wasn't formal. This is the real deal. So I hope, in about a year or two, we can look back and say, these guys can be kind of the poster child for the first ever, and then we'll have more coming the way. So while Dustin is figuring all that out, let's get this started with James over here. James, what's up, man? How are you?
I am great, David. It's nice to talk to you. I know we always chat all the time, but great. Doing great, man. How are you?
Good,
Excited
man.
to be one of the first people on the first show, by the way.
You are the first, man. And let me say, so if you guys don't know Wiggles, this guy is dropping weight. I can tell he looks stronger, leaner. He got his Armless Uncensored shirt on. He is ready for tonight. And obviously Dustin, I don't know if he's ready or he just ran away or what happened tonight, but hey, we're gonna get started without him. So Wiggles,
Yet, and he ran to his grandma and told him, man.
Yeah, I think he heard you were here and he's bailed. So hey,
Yeah, he's straight. He flopped. He was gone.
So guys, as you know, we're a brand new show. No sponsors yet, none of that good stuff like Uncle John. So we don't have a whole spiel yet, but hopefully one day we get there where we can throw your company up and talk about you guys as we do this. So we see we got people in the chat. So yeah, look like Travis Beckley's here, Austin Jennings, Brittany. It looks like that's your wife supporting you here. James, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
What's up, Brittany, Matthew? So guys, as you know, just throw your questions in the chat. We'll ask them. I see Dustin. Can you talk, Dustin? Are you there? Maybe, maybe not. We can see you. Oh, he ran away again. He saw you, Wiggles, and ran off. You don't want in here.
I'm trying to find the chat.
Anyway, so we'll see if he gets connected. I see his face pop up again. Dustin, are you there? Say something.
Try in the bottom left-hand corner to see if you can connect audio. Oh yeah, it says he's connecting.
He's trying. He's trying to not run from you, but hey, we're just going to talk bad about you, Dustin, until you get your audio on. And so you can't defend yourself until it works.
That's the best way to do it.
We're just going to roast him until he figures it out and can defend himself. So James, to kick this thing off, I kind of put together a quick agenda, but kind of who is Wiggles? How did you get into sport? What's your background? Tell us your two-minute elevator speech about who you are.
Oh, well, I really got into the sport because I've been lazy the last couple of years. I'm a truck driver by trade, and then I started flipping houses and whatnot. But I always watched arm wrestling. It's something that's entertained me. And then my son, he's 8. His name's Ryder. A lot of y'all meet him. He comes to tournaments with me when he can and arm wrestling practices. He's a great kid. But he said, hey, Dad, we can do that. Because me and him arm wrestle all the time anyway, but nothing serious. And then here we are 2 or 3 months later. We got tables and handles and some of the weirdest advice I've ever encountered on the planet. Let me tell you what, you arm wrestlers, I've never even heard such. They should write books about some of your all's techniques and theories. It's entertaining.
If you want the best book on technique, I read this one front to back. Damon Ransom has some of the best techniques out there. If you follow that stuff, you were going to get a strong hand, strong wrist. You saw him bust open Rob Kelly. Obviously his technique works. So that guy has it down to a science.
Rob's got 130 pounds of side pressure. Obviously, Damon's got more. I think I got like 55 on a good day. So I'm not even talking smack. I don't want none of their smoke. From what I've seen, I'm scared of Austin because he's going to take on Damon out of the blue, not even scared. Damon, this man can grab 2 Levons one-handed and just throw them into the sky.
So speaking of Austin Jennings, I see him in the chat. He gave you the same props that I gave you. Austin says James is looking thin and ripped. So James, those gains are showing off there.
Thank you, sir. I've been working hard. Really have been. Everything but cardio, man. Because God, I hate cardio. I'd just rather die.
And since Brittany's in the chat, I wonder if she's happy with that new physique you got. What does she think of it all?
I hope so, but we have some unfortunate personal things happening, and she's unfortunately away from me temporarily at the hospital right now. Hope she gets better, but hopefully when she gets home, we can talk about the gains.
We'll wait for we're still waiting for Wiggles to figure out how to use his iPhone 4. So hopefully he can figure that out. Push the on button maybe and connect the audio. We'll see if he can if he can do it or not. But while he's not here, what really drove you to arm wrestling? I mean, we talked about you got into it, but why arm wrestling? There's lots of things you can get into. I mean, why not
Really,
powerlifting or something else, right?
I used to be a paratrooper back in the day. I'm a vet, and just got really fat. My knees are kind of shot. My back hurts. And, basketball's not really for me, and soccer and all that's not really my gig. And my arms, I still got a good amount of strength left in them. And I mean, Lord John Brzezink's out there at 57, just smashing everybody but Devin. So I mean,
And
like
Levon.
active in the sport pretty long. I mean, look, how old's Tim Bresnan now? Like that dude's still a beast. Like he's world level. He's pretty up there in years.
Yeah, I think somebody told me he started arm wrestling when he was 40, maybe. I mean, so kind of like
Yeah,
myself, right?
Like me. Didn't you do a poll? Like the average age was like 32 when they started.
Yeah, a lot of people start late. Hey
Yeah,
guys,
I'm 32. Like that's exactly when I started.
so I see you guys in the chat. If you have questions for James, obviously if you have questions for Dustin, I see he's back again trying to figure this out. But if you guys have questions for James, drop them in the chat. No super chats. I see a question from one of our buddies here. No super chats yet. You got to get a bigger audience, but hopefully one day we have that. But yeah, anyway, James. So how long have you been doing this? I mean, I know when I saw you first, you were actually in Arm Wrestling Uncensored, and you kind of just started making some noise, and I was like, this guy's got some potential. And you started making some more noise, and I reached out and said, hey, you want to become a moderator? But how long have you actually been physically arm wrestling?
Physically arm wrestling, about the same amount of time I've been a mod, maybe a little bit longer.
Okay.
So I mean, honestly, maybe right before Thanksgiving a little bit. I mean, 3-4 months. I mean, me and Austin, I think, are right about there in the same time frame of starting. It's just I had a lot harder time finding coaches and practices and mentors and things. I mean, it's not like them big cities out here in the country of Ohio. I mean, there's some great poolers, but it's really hard to find. And that's why I love AWU so much, by the way. I mean, through social networking and here, I found amazing mentors and coaches, and I've really started to train. I got really lucky break. I'm going to get to make it to Omega this weekend. I thought I wasn't going to. So, I mean, like there's just a lot of things that are happening. I don't have a lot of experience, but I'm definitely willing to learn. And anybody that's around me that has practices, hit me up, hit the DMs. I'm always trying to travel and learn. So, I mean, you'll never hear me say I know anything, really. I mean, unless I'm BSing.
So we just put up Yes. Hey, you made it. What's up, buddy?
Made it in, brother.
Fashionably late.
Yeah, only about 3 minutes. That's about the right time for me, right?
Hey, you had to get that.
The bigger the packet, the longer it takes to load. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God! How did I know he was going to be the one talking shit?
Hey guys, let's not. We're going to save all the fun for a little bit. We're going to get to know you guys a little bit first. So we heard a little bit about Wiggles. Hey, lastly, Wiggles, before we jump over, tell us about how you got that name, Wiggles. I know the story, but tell everyone else why you're called Wiggles, because you're not wiggling very much anymore.
Yeah, he wiggles a lot. But anyway, go ahead.
It all wiggles. There's plenty to wiggle, man. But anyways, when I was in the military, there was this guy named Hale. I'm not really sure if he was ever my buddy or not. He was a good dude, but he used to call me Wiggles to motivate me to run faster. So when I run, my fat bits wiggle a little bit. So come, Wiggles, pick it up. Come on, Wiggles. It just stuck even when I quit being fat. But I don't know if that ever really happened. Even when I was in shape, I'm still kind of chunky. That's just how I am by nature. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Hey, so let's get no Dustin. Hey, Dustin, I'm glad you're here. We call you Dymatize. I don't know if that's your official name, but that's the name we gave you. I see a lot of people roast you in the chat saying, this guy's had, we should call him Dymatize. He needs to die. He looks fat.
Hey.
What do you say to all these haters, Dymatize?
Oh, I look fat. Okay. I'm well. I weighed in at 363 today, but I'm sorry, 263.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I
don't really have anything to say to the haters because I'm not looking at the chat or anything, but
don't let them get you down, buddy.
Huh?
So don't let anything anybody says ever get you down, man. I've been
thanks, man.
the majority of my life, man. You can't
y'all stop being so nice. I don't like this nice behavior. y'all can be nice at the end.
Oh, okay, sounds good to me.
So
anyway,
Dustin, so we learned about Wiggles, kind of his background. What's your whole story? Why'd you get into arm wrestling? How long you been doing this? I don't know much about you. I know more about Wiggles, but give me your kind of 2-minute elevator speech about who is Dustin.
Gotcha. So, okay. So, 3-sport athlete my whole life, baseball, basketball, football. Senior year of high school, kind of decided to either do like baseball or football in college. I was recruited a little bit, but not a lot. However, I ended up playing basketball because that's a long story, but I played 2 years of college basketball, all that. So just love competition basically my whole life. Right. Got out of it for a while. I had a couple children. So dad takes over. Right. And basically, those competitive juices, they flow, and just like every now and then I needed something new. And so I met Doug Allen. Right. Which obviously a beast, I'm sure you guys both know Doug Allen. Who doesn't know Doug Allen in the arm wrestling world, right? So I worked with him actually. I got a job with him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm a pro arm wrestler." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Come on, man, seriously, like really, like pro arm wrestling, like what, And he's like, "Well, let's grip up, And we grip up, and I'm like, "All right, well, don't ever touch my hand again, because he's so fucking strong, right?" Like.
Wait, so you guys worked together like at your professional?
We worked together.
Okay.
I had a job somewhere, and he comes in and he's in like a new training class, and he's on my unit, and I think I was training him or something like that, and he's telling me about him, and I'm just like, okay, we grip up, and he kind of just twists my wrist right back. I'm like, oh, okay, well, now I know, okay, and he, like, keep in mind, he's 225 at this point, I'm 300, so or maybe 220, I don't know what he was, but yeah, just. So anyways, Doug Allen. So we've just kind of stayed connected ever since then. Well, after that, I started just kind of watching videos. I wanted to watch him, of course, pull up videos of him and Chris Chandler, him and ILO in an interview, it went from there, man. How the competition was, I was thinking, well, I've been pretty strong my whole life, so I got to, maybe this is it. And I saw Devin Lair, all the big Tim Bresnan, all those guys. And I'm thinking, well, hell, if you can arm wrestle till you're damn 70, I mean, let's this might be my path here, so just fell in love ever since. However, that was 2012, and I have never, ever competed, ever. So I've practiced, met a guy named Mason Atkins here in Richmond, Indiana. We practiced. Other than that, I've never been involved in a competition or anything.
So that's my follow-up question. 8 years, 9 years, arm wrestling. I've never seen any. What's that?
I introduced. It was introduced to me 10 years ago.
Okay, introduced.
Yep.
Yeah. But when I look at Wiggles, I know he's had some competition now, a lot of practice stuff, a lot of lifting stuff. I haven't seen any videos of you doing anything yet. Do you arm wrestle, practice, lift weights for arm wrestling?
I don't arm wrestle. I've only actually practiced twice. Okay. But yeah, I've been lifting my whole life. But I mean, it was more 3 sets here, 3 sets there, 3 sets there. It was more based on football, basketball, baseball, just athletics, right?
Like, what's your typical like arm wrestling routine? Like, what do you do? Do you go to the gym and do anything? Do you do pull-ups? Do you do Zero. Oh man, Wiggles. Wiggles. This dude, music. No. Listen, I don't not lift. I have a program that I do, right? Okay. But it's based on the typical programs that the world does, right? I mean, you do your back one day, bis and tris one day, legs one day, chest another day. You know what I mean? I do all that stuff. So I guess the follow-up question to that though is, how are you going to beat a guy who's training all this kind of stuff when you don't do anything? I mean, I know you're probably a strong guy, but how do you take on a guy who's dedicating himself to this?
No comment.
You're just gonna beat him, or are you gonna just have the show and get flash pinned?
I've got a no comment.
Okay, fair enough. So let's talk about the nickname Dymatize. That kind of was the whole thing on how I got to notice you. I saw you posting videos, and I have some of the pictures we can go through of, you had this Dymatize weight gainer, and you said I gained X amount of pounds in a month, and everyone's like, who is this guy? He's taking Miralax. He's really bizarre. So kind of walk me through your whole, did you have a massive weight gain process where you started here and you've gone up and up?
Okay, so I didn't start there. I've been there. Okay, so I came into high school at 270. I was like, there was me and a couple other guys basically were our number 1, number 2 offensive linemen on the football team basically all through high school. And I was literally 270 as a freshman in high school. I wasn't, of course, everybody's I'm sure in the chat, like, oh, you made it seem like he was muscular. Did I or did I not? 600 times say I added mass and weight. I did not gain it. I don't look like Mike Aiello, right? But anyways, so 270 entering into high school, right? I've always been a big dude, right? But So I've been between 270. I got up to 365 pounds back in 2014, I think 15. And I see a picture of me at my buddy's wedding. And it just disgusted me. Right. So I did something about it. I started working out, eating right, and I got down to 230, 226 even. I mean, it was just ridiculous, but I looked ridiculous. I wasn't very strong anymore. I had the baseball body, I'm sure you've seen baseball players with real skinny little wrists and arms, and it was just, I still kind of do, but I've grown about an inch, half, 3/4 of an inch, but it was just ridiculous, and I'm like, man, I'm not used to this life. I'm not used to 220, 230. I can't do it. So I started pounding the food, I found Dymatize, and I just said, let's go with this because it was protein and carbs instead of just protein, like whey. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, I don't care. I don't care if I get a little fat, chubby, whatever. I just want to pound on some weight and see what happens, right? And I gained like 50 pounds in, 2 months? And wow. It was crazy. I was lifting too. I was eating like a horse. I mean, but my belly was not growing. My stomach was not growing, regardless of what everybody out there might think or see me and say he's fat, whatever, right? My stomach wasn't growing at all, but I was gaining 50 pounds, right? So I was like, I'm cool with it. Let's roll with it,
So real quick, I got a couple of things. One, I put up a poll: who would win left-handed, Austin Jennings or Wiggles? And it's about a 3-to-1 dog for Wiggles. So Wiggles, what do you say about that? Austin Jennings, 135 pounds versus you left-handed. People think you're the underdog.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, Austin looks like a beast and he hits hard. I've been beat by like 154 pros. So like I have no shame saying that I get beat by little people. I wish I could be like, yeah, I just ragdoll everybody in the country, but that's just not how it works in arm wrestling. And there's also big guys that lift traditional weights that are much stronger than me that their hands get bent back pretty quick. Like you'll be surprised how fast somebody that's yoked up like this just gets cracked back.
So question
like my story with Doug Allen, I look at him like, come on, okay, let's grip up. He's like, crack. Oh shit. All right.
So there's a question also in the chat. Someone says, can you guys see your peckers when you're standing up to pee? And is your belly too big, or can you guys actually see your dicks?
I couldn't when I got to 365. Hell, I didn't see it for like 3 years. However, once I started seeing it again, the head creeped up a little bit. Oh shit, there we go. Oh, all right. So that motivated me.
And James, yes, you can see yours?
Listen, me and Lockman done had this conversation. It's public knowledge. The belly ain't the only thing big. I mean, is this real uncensored, or we want to shut the show down again?
No, you guys are good. No, don't pull it out tonight. We don't do that tonight.
How far are we going to go with this?
So guys, we got a bunch in the chat. Another question came up for Dustin. How many tubs of Dymatize have you to take to get to 50 pounds? Is that one big tub, 2, 3? In 2 months, how many of those tubs?
In 2 months?
How many tubs did you go through?
Okay, so the 6-pound tubs, I think I went through 2.5 of them, 3 of them maybe.
To gain 50 pounds.
50 pounds, yep. But you got to remember, though, it wasn't just Dymatize. I mean, I was eating, it was. Everybody acts like acted like that was my diet, just Dymatize, you know what I mean? But no, it was. I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there that are interested. I hope, So yeah, I mean, guys, if you're interested, and I have zero affiliation with this company. Maybe after today, hopefully they'll reach out or something. But yeah, I mean, it worked. I mean, I used whey 100 times, and I never gained more than 10, 15 pounds in 2 months. But Dymatize, I mean, it just packed it on. So.
All right, guys. Yeah. So last question before we get to the juicy stuff. Dustin, you told us who you train with or you've pulled with. Doug Allen. Anybody else that you ever work with besides him? I seen you tagging like Quinlan Mendez, some of those guys. Do you know them, or are you just tagging them because it's fun?
Okay, so I didn't know him, right? But I had been interested in Quinlan, for a while. His story, kind of his family story. He's a great guy, comes from a good family, but they've had some. He's gone through some shit, so I was like, man, I like this guy, so I kind of reached out to him and he was great, he was graceful. And he's like, yeah, man, no problem. He called me pimp, you know how Quinlan Mendez talks. He's like, what up, pimp? And I'm like, man, I love this dude. This guy's awesome. So, he invited me to a practice at, I can't remember the fella's name, somewhere in Ohio, somewhere over there in Wiggles country and in there in Ohio. And, he invited me to a practice, which, by the way, I don't remember the guy's name, but it was fucking immaculate. I mean, just like 80-inch TV screens everywhere. Like it was like a barn kind of thing, but it was it was just immaculate. I mean, there's 80-inch screens everywhere. There was a giant bar. There was lights everywhere. There was tables. I mean, this guy was loaded. There was Corvettes. There was, I don't know. Quinlan might be able to kind of, hopefully, I don't know if he's watching, but oh, dude, Wiggles. Once I bust your ass on this table, maybe you can ride with me over there. You're going to have to ride in the back. Maybe I'll pull you by a chain or something, but you can ride with me over there.
So before we bounce over to Wiggles one more time, we got another pull up. Who wins y'all's match? So based on what we've heard so far, what we've heard from you guys both talk, Wiggles or Dymatize, we got a 2-3 odds on Wiggles. So 63% think Wiggles is going to beat you, Dustin. I think he's going to beat you too, based on what I heard. I didn't hear anything that you arm wrestle, anything that you do anything. You said no comment. Maybe you're going to be sandbagging and surprise us, but I know Wiggles is training hard, and me and Wiggles are going to have a match too when he comes to Houston, right? Wiggles, we're going to have a right-handed match.
Yes, sir. I got a lot of personal stuff going on that's really delayed my trip to Houston, but I got good friends that live down there, and I normally get down there once a year, so we'll see each other sometime. Which I'm glad. It just gives me more time to get ready, because I still got to make Colin quit. Like I told him I was going to make him quit on the way. I'm going to have to really, really step it up, but I'm going to wear him out before your match.
So the joke is, or not the joke, but Wiggles says he's going to go on a road trip all throughout Texas, stop at all these cities and just beat dudes. So there's a guy named Cullen in Marshall. There's me in Houston. There's Austin in Houston. Wiggles is going to take them all of us out after he takes out you, Dustin. So he's going to go on his.
Why Texas? Just because that's where you're from, or?
He's got a buddy down there, like he said. So he'll come down and visit his buddy. Okay, guys. So you guys covered all the background, who you are. We got an idea now. I want to know how this whole thing started between you guys, and we'll let Wiggles start off first, because I saw it on Facebook.
Wiggles might not even know. Wiggles might not even know.
No, we're gonna let Wiggles start though, because I was watching Facebook and I saw you guys kind of going back and forth, and of course I'm prodding and probing because you guys live fairly close to each other, right? Give me the idea of how far is it? 2 hours away, an hour away?
A little under 2 hours, I think it was. What was it, Wiggles? 1 hour and 48 minutes or some shit like that.
2 hours.
2 hours,
okay.
Yeah, maybe 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, because people were asking, like, how come these guys haven't pulled? They're 2 hours away, meet in the middle. Wiggles will drive to you.
Exactly.
So
let's hear what he said.
So Wiggles offered you. I know Wiggles, you offered him at what match? The Omega, I think it was. He said, "Come to the Omega, and I'll crack you this."
As a matter of fact, he can have either hand at Omega still for $100. Either hand, you choose.
Tell the story though. Tell the story though. Who was the asshole? Go ahead.
Okay, so we'll start with that. Wiggles has offered a match to Dustin on Omega, which is this Saturday, I believe. Dustin, is that correct? Or sorry, James, that's right. On this Saturday.
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
Yeah. So he said, Dustin, come pull. I think, Dustin, you said something like, I got to work and I can't do it till February something. There's some date.
We come off of 7 days a week, basically, after February 4th. That's what they're telling us. But yes, yeah.
So that's why the match hasn't happened yet. So that's the delay. So going back to this, I just saw some people going back. You guys back and forth. You made a comment, he made a comment, and then it got real nasty. But Wiggles, you go first and tell us how this whole drama started between you and Dustin.
I don't actually 100% remember. I
believe
I was online BS one night, and I think I said something about his mask gains being fake or something. Dude teed off. Like, he was like, fuck you, you're not gonna call me fake and everything. Like, he lost his shit. And I was like, bro, I'm just saying the gains ain't real. I mean, like,
from the Dymatize. Is it based on the Dymatize gains?
Yeah, and then later on there was some other sideways stuff that escalated it to.
I know that, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
But I think that's the origins. It started because everybody was trolling him about Dymatized or whatever, and I said something about it being fake, and it really blew up from there. And I even told him, I was like, man, I'm not even trying to troll you. I'm just trying to tell you that you look like it's not looking good for you, pimp.
Okay,
but that wasn't all it was about. It wasn't just the Dymatize, was it? It was what tell them about the little practice that you tried to tell some dude that I didn't even fucking ever talk to you about.
I didn't try. There was never any practice that we didn't talk about. There's been several practices. There's been two.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that.
There's only been two.
You hear my side now, David? Or what?
It blew me off on both of them, and on several sets. So I'm not retracting my statement. By the way, I'm not saying you're a fake person. I'm just saying there's been several occasions we could have pulled. I've practiced in Dayton 4 times since we've had this drama.
No, but listen, I'm talking about at the time that I came at you and said, what the fuck? And our beef very first started, we had literally one conversation for like 40 seconds, right? And Kotlo, listen, I'm on Facebook randomly one day on a group site, right? And I see, and he didn't even know I was going to see this, right? So I think that's kind of why he was kind of fake about this shit. And I see a comment to it randomly to some dude, and it says, "Yeah, that pal dude's fake as shit. Dymatize, 50 pounds bullshit. I invited his ass to so many practices. I tried to get him to come to so many fucking tournaments, blah, blah, blah. He's fake, blah, blah." At that point, we had one conversation, and you asked me to come to your house 2 hours away the next day. Like I was supposed to plan that randomly, you know? Like,
I didn't say I wasn't impatient.
Because I wasn't able to make it the next day, then I'm fake, I'm a bitch, I'm soft. Like, are you fucking?
I never once called you a biatch or anything of that.
Whatever, right? David, did you hear that? So, David,
I don't get that low.
If you can't make a match, or if you can't make a practice in some guy's garage 2 hours away with a 24-hour notice, you are fake as shit, David. And all you guys listening, 24-hour notice. If you can't make it to a garage that you have a guy you don't know, you've never talked to, you're fake, man. Don't worry about it. Don't even pull effort. Fake.
So
I got screenshots where I apologize if he thought that's where I was saying, because I went through and I did say that. I said the thing that I said you were fake about, sir, was your gains.
I got you.
I can show you screenshots of that if we need to bring that up, because I mean.
Well, I mean, I can also show. I can show you pictures. I can show you pictures of 226 to 282 in 2 months. So I mean, just the scale pictures, basically. But and I never once said I gained a bunch of muscle, or well,
I know
20%.
So guys, real quick, guys,
I'm trying to help you out, buddy. You're promoting these gains. Man. These aren't healthy gains for people. If you're
no, not healthy. I said it was
mass. 50 pounds of fat, you're gonna have a heart attack, bro. It's not good for people.
I agree.
Hey, so guys, real quick, how serious is this beef between you guys? Like, how Dustin, do you really have a beef with James, or are you just kind of having fun?
I mean, here's the thing. No, I'm not kind of having fun with it. I mean, yeah, he pissed me off. You know, I mean, when you're randomly on a Facebook group just scrolling, and you see, man, this dude's fake as shit, man. I tried to call him out. He's soft. That was another word he used. He's soft, you know. And I'm like, this dude's serious, you know. So I jump in his inbox, like, well, I'll show you soft, and it ain't got to be arm wrestling, you know what I mean? And we can go however, you know. I mean, but I mean, you know, arm wrestling is the route he wants to go. Let's do it, huh?
So that's not the one you want either.
Oh, okay.
You don't want left hand, right hand, or anything outside of arm wrestling. That's not it.
All right, bud.
So I saw you guys going back and forth. Then I saw you guys really, especially you, Dustin, you really pushed the limits with James. I think you kind of pissed him off. What set you off that much where you were taking attacks at his family and beyond that? Like, what really drove that? Because to me, that was a bit much, but did you have a reason why you went that far? Yeah, you went pretty far with James.
Well, I didn't take a huge attack at his family. I think I said something to do with, he said something about maybe a load or something. And I said, well, speaking of a load, you know, like your wife, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
right?
pretty far, right? I mean, that's okay.
Pretty far, right?
Yeah.
Which by the way, wife, Mrs. Wiggles, I apologize. I did speak with her yesterday. So if you're listening, Mrs. Wiggles, I remember I told you wear that crown of wifey. So I'm not going to disrespect you like that again.
Okay, that's good.
I even told her, let's go out after the match and have a drink, but us obviously, but yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Wiggles, are y'all cool now, at least about that piece of it? Are you over that? Or are you still?
I'm a grown man. He apologized. I think he was just BSing, and he was trying to make a funny comment, and he just didn't realize that we ain't boys like that. You know, like, you know, if it was me and one of my homies that I'd been deployed with twice and we joked like that, yeah, but you don't know me like that to joke and say some shit like that about my wife. Like in real life, I probably would have smacked him. Like we would have been in jail.
I admitted that, right? I mean, I shouldn't have said that to a guy. I
was a man about it. I 100% messaged him. I was like, hey man, I don't appreciate that. You can say whatever you want about me. Look, I'm a stand-up person. You call me fat or dumb or whatever, I'll take it. But my kids and my wife, they don't deserve any kind of BS. They're not arm wrestlers. They're not in the light. They don't need you saying shit about them. I would never pick on your kids or your wife or anybody else. It's just disrespectful.
Hey guys, to break,
you know what? And it hasn't come up since, right? So.
Hey, so to break the tension a little bit, let you guys have a little break from your drama. I'm gonna ask Dymatize a question here. Let me share my screen and see if I can pull this up. So Dymatize, the big question is, and you know what this is about. Tell me when you can see it. Is it coming up yet? Let me see.
Nothing yet, bud.
All right, let me try again. This is my first live Zoom experience, so I got to make sure I can do it right. Anyway,
obviously mine too. It took me 28 minutes to get in.
I need to get more savvy with this. Let me see if I can do it again now here. Okay, this should come up now. Tell me when you can see now. This picture has to come up
Okay.
and be asked about. So, you know,
Man,
Dustin,
you asked me. I saw you post that like 37 times within like 4 days. I was like, good Lord.
so Dustin, happy Thanksgiving, more than blessed. You know, I can see the beans. I can see that eggs. I don't know if that's eggs. Had turkey.
That's mac and cheese. The yellow is the mac and cheese.
Okay, mac and cheese, whatever that is. Some kind of turkey and dog food, and then there's like this green stuff. And so the green stuff has been this running joke in our chat for like months. And they said, "What is that dish?" And it's some kind of uncle somebody's dish. Tell us the backstory on Uncle's, slop there, whatever that is.
Okay, so because Uncle Tim will never be watching this, right? Okay, so Uncle Tim, I guess, is the guy known in our family for bringing the green bean casserole.
So let me ask the chat real quick. Chat.
I don't know if he was thinking. Go ahead.
Yeah, say chat. Does this look like green bean casserole to you guys? Let me just zoom in on that real quick. So when you have your Christmas dinner, your Thanksgiving dinner,
hold on. No, I wasn't at the dinner though. It's like a day and a half later. Like,
oh, that's the leftovers. Okay, so it kind of got a little bit.
They had to bring me a plate because I think I was homesick or something like that.
How did it taste, by the way?
David, I swear that looks like he went through South Ward and got a $10 Thanksgiving plate.
This is like what you get in the jail cell, right? And you go to the prison line, they just take the big scoopers and just slam it down. How did it taste though?
Next Thanksgiving after we arm wrestle, come see me. I'll feed you good food, bro. You ain't got to eat that no more.
Hey guys, we got a surprise guest coming in. The guy who's in the poll who can actually beat Wiggles, Mr. Guitar Hero himself. Austin Jennings, what's up, buddy? His audio is connecting. Mr. Jennings, what's up, buddy? You're muted.
Oh, he's pulling a Dymatize. Okay.
He's muted real quick. He's got to unmute.
Okay.
There we go. What's up, buddy?
What about now?
Good.
Can y'all see me?
We can see you and hear you.
Oh shit! I can't see where I can see myself, so it's weird.
You got to swipe left or right to get to the right amount of screens, man.
Oh, there we go. I've never done this before.
Austin, real quick, can either of these guys pin you left-handed?
Probably not.
How about Dymatize? Did you see any threat there in arm wrestling?
So this is what I see. If either of them want to slow pull, I could probably get pinned, but in a ready go ref script, no.
No. Okay. So yeah, Dustin or
no chance. No
Wiggles.
chance.
Wiggles. You have not Wiggles. Dymatize. Do you have any left hand?
I got 50 that says you beat Dustin, but no chance against me.
Okay.
How about right? How about right?
My left hand.
Say it again.
It'd have to be left-handed. Right-handed, I don't think I can do anything.
Yeah, you're not moving my right hand without a doubt. But left hand,
I don't really move anybody's right hand. I'll just be honest. But it's all good.
Hey, I like that honesty. I like that, especially live on Facebook.
I mean, my right arm sucks. Everybody knows it. It doesn't work.
Real quick. Paul Italia says Wiggles can pull. Is he just blowing smoke, or has he actually seen you pull before, Wiggles?
I don't know if Paul Italia's seen me pull, but I've only pulled at one event and I lost miserably. But my friend was there, which reminded me about. It kind of sucked because it was my first tournament and my 4 losses were to the same guy. Like, I don't know how that happens in a tournament. You face the same guy 4 times, but I thought it was.
Go to a tournament that has 8 people.
Well, I don't know how it works, but all I know is dude just whooped me all night. His name was Conley something from Soggy Bottom Boys or something. I don't remember where he was from, but dude whooped me so bad.
Soggy Bottom Boys? Bottom Boys?
The Muddy River Boys.
We're gonna remember that one, aren't we, Austin?
Soggy Bottom Boys.
Soggy Bottom Boys.
Niles went past them. Was it Muddy River or some stuff like I can't remember what they are. They'll probably be hitting me up afterwards, telling me I'm an idiot.
So what you're saying was you were whipped by a guy from Soggy Bottom Boys. I'm gonna look for that porno.
Hey, listen, man, you can say what you want, but until you get out there and compete, you can't really say anything about how you're gonna get L's.
Right. I mean, you're right. Which, by the way, my friend was at that competition that you competed in, and he gripped up with you. You pulled with my buddy. I found out a couple weeks ago, by the way.
So, Dymatize, real quick, Dymatize.
Yep, go ahead, bud.
Dymatize, I'm asking another question here. You can see my screen again. I'm going to show another screen for you.
I do.
Okay,
I
so
do.
you
I
got
need to,
this.
I need to get through a shake in about 20, 30 minutes. Yep.
So walk so walk me through this plethora of items. So I got the massive weight
Sorry.
gain. I've got
The picture gets me
oatmeal.
going.
I've got a rotten orange over here. I've got spoiled milk. I've got Miralax because you got to take a poop because you're a kid. Walk me through this whole regimen here. I don't understand this regimen.
All right, so you got your Dymatize, right? You got your
Yep.
eggs. Okay, first of all, I learned this from a guy in your group. Actually, it was when one of your one of your
Oh my God! Please tell me.
commented something. He commented something, and he was like, "This is what I like in my shake." Okay, and he went with like whatever he had, and then he said eggs, oatmeal, peanut butter, banana, milk. Of course, the Miralax I had to throw in there because of a medication that I'm on, right? So,
Austin, why'd you say he needs Miralax? He's not shitting because all the Dymatize or what?
All that Dymatize, he ain't shitting.
that's part of it. That's part of it. I wasn't going to admit that, but I'm sure that's part of it, you know. But
And
yeah, just put it all together and it's
Hey, Dustin, I got a question.
What's up?
It's not even, I'm not even talking shit, but have you ever had a blood test to see like how your liver and kidneys are functioning on all the Dymatize? Because that shit's actually really bad for you.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I actually had a problem with my liver about 2 years ago. But I've had some tests, and apparently it's getting better. So, you know, but it wasn't anything crazy. I mean, you know.
I mean, you're probably not taking enough to actually hurt yourself or anything, but it just, the way you make your posts, it seems like you're hurting yourself. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's 2 to 3 shakes a day. So I mean, it's nothing crazy, you know.
Yeah, 2 to 3 shakes a day is like more than what I weigh.
But you might weigh more if you would drink 2 to 3 shakes a day, right?
Yeah, the problem is I'd weigh more, but be the same strength, and then I look even more stupid than I already do. Look, you know what I'm saying? Because then I'm 165,
200 pounds,
getting cracked when I could be 130 and getting cracked. You know what I mean?
So Dustin, real quick,
you wanna be a man.
hey Dymatize, we got Dymatize. Travis Beckley says you're on pain pills. That's why you're constipated. You got anything to say to that? Is that true?
On pain pills?
Pain pills, yeah.
I'm on a pain medication. Yeah, it's not pain pills. I'm on a pain medication. Yeah, but that's because I broke my ribs. That's because of the 3 sports a year for a million years, you know. But yeah, I broke my ribs, tore up my knee. You know, it's just a lot of shit. But yeah,
are you gonna use those excuses when Wiggles beats you? Are those gonna be all kind of your back pocket things or no?
Of course. It's whatever I have to use, right? I mean, come on. I'm gonna say I didn't have my Dymatize yesterday, or I'm gonna say, you know, my son made me mad or some shit. Hell, I don't know. But when I put his hand through the table, I want to hear what he's got to say. So while I'm staring at him, Devin Larratt style.
Are you guys gonna pull left, right hand? What's the deal so far? What's the latest on this match? I haven't heard a lot of talk about it. Right-handed, is that right, Wiggles?
I don't care. He can have the smoke either hand he wants. I have that much confidence. And he can set the rule. He wants wax, wall, 9-inch pads, 7-inch pads. What do you want?
So wait, do they both have? Do all 3 of us right now, or all 4 of us, have the same amount of experience? Right, like 3 months.
Pretty much, I believe. Yeah.
Well, I would say that the least experience would probably be Dustin, because it doesn't sound like he's actually training.
He doesn't arm wrestle.
I'm still on the fence whether he's real or not. I'm making his blood pressure go up right now. He's stressing me out.
He said no comment, so we don't really know yet. But hey, quick poll we got up. We got Austin or Damon. So as you guys know, you saw the call out video. Damon called out Austin Jennings after his match. Paul Italia posted it. We got the poll up. Austin's the favorite right now, 65%. Austin Jennings over Damon.
And Damon just won 3-0. Interesting.
Let's go.
65%.
Austin left, Damon right.
What about you, Dymatize? Who you got, Austin or Damon?
I think I'd probably go Austin on that one. I mean, no, I like you, Damon. You're a good dude, man. But your lifts are a little bit, out there, you know. And Austin seems like a pretty strong dude. Austin, you know, I had to give you shit about the gym shit that day, you know.
Of course.
Hey,
that was fun. But yeah,
I can show you something. Look, I bought this since I can't go back to that gym.
There you go. They kicked your ass out of there, huh?
Yeah, if you guys want to see like who's dedicated, James and Austin are like really dedicated dudes. That's why Dymatize, I think you're in big trouble, because those 2 guys live and breathe arm wrestling.
But that's the thing. You think I'm in trouble because you don't know about my dedication.
You don't show us anything. Yeah.
Every time you ask, I just smile. you know. So
Man,
Well, then I
he's
think
hiding something, bro.
Yeah,
He could be a 10-year veteran.
exactly.
He could be a 10-year veteran, but I always see him like eating snack cakes and laying in a bed. And then you
Right.
always see me down here in the gym.
Exactly. But you don't. In other words, you see what you're doing. You don't see what I'm doing.
Dymatize, our good buddy in Houston, Matt Frazier, number 1, number 2 guy in the state, says you've got about 20 minutes of experience. You think that's about accurate, or you got more than 20 minutes?
You mean like on the table experience?
Just arm wrestling in general. He says you got about 20 minutes of experience. What do you think about
Well,
that?
arm
You
wrestling
agree?
in general, I've got 10 years of experience, right? But like if you're talking learning things, studying the sport. Now, if you're talking table time, I've got maybe 2.5, 3 hours. I've got about 2 hours with Mason Atkins here in Richmond, Indiana, like I said, which gripped up with Wiggles there, like I mentioned, but we won't go there where we Wiggles. And then I've got an hour with Quinlan, you know, and his boys, and maybe a couple other times. That was about maybe 4 hours on the table total of my
So
life.
I've got about 30 hours on the table just in the past 8 days.
Yeah, he lives on the table.
I'm actually serious.
Yeah.
I would say Austin by far has the most table time out of all of us, because that's where I struggle with, is getting table time. Like it's hard to find arms to pull around here for me, and I got a lot of people I try to pull arms with.
But you're in Ohio, man. There's a lot of guys in Ohio. I mean, but then again, you're in Southern Ohio, aren't you? Yeah, there's not a whole lot like Southern Ohio.
I drive a lot. I drive an hour and a half to 2 hours. I'm pretty dedicated about getting to practices, and I even go to private practices. I mean, it's I put in the work, man. It's not like down there where they have 100,000 people and there's 36 people pulling in a garage every weekend, 2 or 3
exactly, Potlow. See,
But
that's
James,
the thing. David keeps talking about our experience and shit. David, we don't have it like you in Texas and the Florida boys in California.
No, I make excuses. You can put in the work and you can find people. There's other ways to make it feel like arm wrestling.
But James Wiggles, you've got pulled with Niles, you pulled with Toddzilla, you've pulled a lot of top dudes. I mean, so you found a way to get there. I don't know what'd you do. Did you drive 2 hours? What'd you do to get with those guys?
Well, first of all, that's why I love AWU, and I've always been a supporter of it. And I accepted the mod and do a lot of stuff with it. Is AWU socially networked me into finding people, and I ran into a guy named Robert, who led me to Jose Hernandez, who has been teaching me a lot on practices and really keeping me humble, or at least trying. He's a great dude, good mentor. Then Chris Jenkins. I mean, there's a lot of that. I mean, there's a lot of pullers that I've met, good, humble people around here that they're good people to pull with, but you know, everybody's got jobs, man. 60, 70 hour work weeks, kids, whatnot. It's a little hard, man.
And why'd you give me so much shit for not being able to make it to your house 2 hours away? I mean, that you're just.
It's the internet, bro. That's what we're supposed to do, is give people shit. Like, is it your first day?
Yeah, but like
were you born yesterday or something?
But
Matt,
did you just say we're boys? We're not boys
Austin,
like that.
What's the first thing you're going to say to David if he tells you that he's not making practice?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk shit.
You're talking shit.
I
talk shit to David every day.
So listen, guys. Listen real quick, guys. You guys say it's hard to drive an hour or two. Austin lives an hour from me, easy. He drives to practice 2 hours away, 3 hours away. Go ahead.
We can't say what I did last week though, because I'm not trying to get canned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We don't want to shut down, right?
but let's just say some point in time during the day, you know, maybe on somebody's lunch break, he drove an hour away, pulled for 20 minutes, then drove back on his lunch break. Maybe.
And real quick before you guys go further, Austin, talk about what matches you got come up. You're a machine. You've got one this weekend coming up.
Yeah, I got one this weekend. I'm pulling George, right hand and left hand for his rank.
Nice. You had to switch the phone. I like it.
Yeah. I think he's
top 10, right? He's top what?
He's like 9th right, or I think he's 9th left and right, or something like that.
Get it, buddy.
And then you've got stuff coming up after that. What do you have after that?
And then end of January, the 29th, I'm going to Kyle's event.
Yep, King of California.
Yeah, King of Cali.
So real quick, Paul Italia's in the chat. So Paul Italia, when you're in the King of Cali, make sure you take care of Austin Jennings again, just like in Lindale. Take good care of him.
Heck yeah.
He seems like a good dude. I like that Paul.
A real good dude. We love Paul. Paul's awesome.
Yeah. It was fun. We went to his Airbnb at the Lindale one, pulled with everybody.
Does he not pull very much? I mean, you don't see a lot of him pulling on the table.
He tore his bicep.
Yeah,
He just had
both
his tendon. He
been
just had
injured
his
for a while,
surgery, I
man.
think.
Ouch. Ouch.
So in the chat, you can also see
Yeah.
Paul said Paul used to drive 10 hours for practices. So I guess people would say an hour or two is too far.
Heck yeah.
If you really love
No,
it.
Let me address
I'm not
that
saying
real quick.
2
Let me
hours
address
too
that
far.
real
I'm
quick.
just saying that
What
I
bothered
drive
me
really
about
far to make practices, and there's just not very many around.
Well, what bothered me about it though was that he was commenting to some other dude. Like Wiggles didn't realize that I was even looking at this comment. So that's what pissed me off, right? Because in
I'm
my
pretty sure I
inbox,
tagged
he's
you in
being
the
all
comment.
nice
Normally,
to
if I'm talking shit, I just tag somebody, and I will tell anybody on the planet the same shit to their face as I will tell them
But
behind
see,
them.
right, but in my inbox, it was, yeah, man, no problem. We'll have to link up. We'll have a beer, whatever, right? And then 2 seconds later, it was on a random comment that I see scrolling. It's he's a fake. He's soft. Why didn't you say that to me first? Like, or why didn't you tag me on the comment if it was funny or whatever? Like, come on, like just tag me. You didn't even know I was gonna see it.
It's water under the bridge. It's not a big deal. I
is.
honestly still think that you might be a little bit fake because you're still not telling me any practices that you've been to. You can name one arm wrestler that you met at work. I've not even seen you do an arm wrestling lift, be around it. I didn't even seen you and a table in the same picture.
Did you say I can name one arm wrestler that I met at work? Are you serious, dude? I know more about arm wrestling. And are you all right, dude?
Well, we
Anyway.
can learn a lot by
Hey, guys.
Googling.
Guys,
Who's
real
the
quick.
guy you work with? Who do you work with?
Doug
I
Allen.
work with
Doug Allen.
Doug Allen.
Oh, okay.
Doug Allen introduced me to the sport. Yeah,
Okay, I pulled Doug
he's a
For
beast,
fun.
ain't he?
Yeah, I pulled his wife too. I think I grouped up with his wife at Texas State. She's really strong too.
His girlfriend, his fiance.
Yeah, fiance, whatever. She's pretty strong.
She's strong. She's got a match coming up with like the number 9 girl in either Ohio or maybe like the States or something like a. So she's training. She's training.
Is Stephanie
Yeah,
Spencer
Doug-
watching this? His girlfriend's way stronger than you, Stephanie. I'm just gonna say this right now.
We're setting
Way
up matches
strong.
now. Hey, Doug, I didn't say that, man. I'm not involved in that. And Doug's wife, I'm not involved either. So
Hey, so real
But
quick,
yeah,
guys, I'm sharing the screen again. Can you guys see what I got up here?
yeah, I see it.
So we got, this is back in December before Christmas. Dustin Powell versus James, better known as Dymatize and Wiggles. Niles, we need to set it up. We need Tozilla present to do this. You guys both say set it up, set it up. Like, when is this going to happen? Is this beef going to actually happen? Or are we just going to keep running in circles and saying, yeah, we're going to pull? What's realistic on this? James, you're probably down.
What's
Go ahead.
realistic is that every time I say let's pull, Wiggles says, well, maybe we should do it next weekend, or I'll admit sometimes when he says come practice, I'll say, man, I got work today or whatever, right? So I mean, Wiggles, let's talk. I mean, hell, Kotlo, how many times have I told you? Set it up.
Hey, it says right here.
Set it up.
It said in December 10th, set it up, set it up. We're now in a month later.
Why can't
We're
y'all do
I
it at
agree.
Omega? Why can't you go to Omega this weekend? Just curious.
I want AWU. Hey, we both want AWU Reloaded to be our big fucking banner in the background while we're pulling. So set it up. Let's go.
Oh, now you got
I don't care
stipulations.
about
On,
that.
yeah, James, I need all
No,
that.
no stipulations. We just want Kotlo there, man. I gave you credit on my post, right? Did I not? Did I say David Kotlo, man? You've been on this. You've been pushing it. So push it some more. Let's go.
If you want to do it with David there, you're gonna have to fly to Houston, both of y'all.
Paul says real
How
quick.
about
He
you
said,
come to Houston, y'all pull, and I'll pull the winner.
Mistakes. I'm not interested in Dustin. He's lying. He's fake. He got fake
The
stuff.
Houston Rockets has been my
He's
team.
CNN. Just change his name to CNN in the chat.
hey, Wiggles, is this match going to happen? What do you think? He's ever going to man up and take the match, or we're just going to run in circles?
I give him like 70-30, 70-30, something like that. Like, I'm down to pool. I go to several practices. I go to the arm benders in Columbus. I go to Niles and Dayton's like 30 minutes from you, bro. Why have you been at Niles' practices? They're open. I've been to 4
because I don't even know who Niles is. Like,
Oh.
I'm over here in Indiana.
Like the ranked people in your state are? Like, you know all this stuff about arm wrestling?
I'm not in Ohio. I'm not in Ohio. You forget that I'm in Indiana.
You're on the border. Like you should know about Ohio, bro. Like,
Okay. Well, guess what? I do, but you don't know. Maybe you and I don't know. Go to the same practices, right? I just told you, Doug Allen.
There's ways that we could link up. I mean, the only practice that he told me I could meet him at was Thursday at 6:00 at a bowling alley in Indiana, in Evansville.
Yeah, and
I'm
that's
like,
because
man, I got kids and I got to put them on the school bus at 9 a.m. And like, I'm just trying to be realistic. Like, I'm hoping Friday night, Saturday night, after 5 p.m. on the weekdays. Like you want to do this Hanukkah?
Well, yeah, but you didn't act like you told me all this in a chat, though. You didn't. You've invited me to one practice 24 hours later. So I mean, quit acting like you've invited me to a bunch of shit. Come on,
Well,
man.
now
So
you're
guys,
invited.
real quick, we got another poll up. Will this match actually happen? So we'll ask the people here with it.
I want this match to happen at the end of March. Let's make it happen.
End of March
Somewhere
now.
in Ohio,
Wait,
Indiana,
why
What happened
does
to
it keep-
February 4th?
What happened to February?
Yeah, what happened to February when you were off?
Listen,
Listen,
they're
you're the one that mentioned late March. You
No,
said
real
you
quick.
wanted to do it at some
So
event in late
listen.
March.
So real quick, I don't care when it happens.
I got the solution to this, Cutlow.
Yeah,
One second.
go ahead.
I'm gonna send you something in Messenger. 1 second.
And Messenger. Okay, let me put my phone up. So
Yeah, I was
Wiggle.
gonna say, Pablo, you mentioned that late March event. Where was that one at again?
Which one? Late March.
Yeah, it was like March 20 something. You said you want to pull at this one, and you sent it to me in my inbox. It was a couple days ago we talked about it.
March.
You remember we were trying to? It was like
So
late March. And
Listen,
go ahead.
listen. I don't run this tournament. I don't know nothing about it. I know a couple of guys that are running it. I sent the information to Cutlow. That is in March. It's in Cincinnati. I plan on going unless there's some kind of emergency. We can pull before the tournament because I'm still pulling a tournament because the charity one for cancer. So
Real quick, guys, some of the comments in the chat. So the poll was, will this match ever happen? No. I said no. Dymatize is scared, or yes. Right now, Dymatize, we got 70% who think you're a fraud. You're a fake.
Gotcha.
That's a high percentage.
We got comments saying Dymatize ain't gonna do it. Let's see. Someone says I'll pull Wiggles tomorrow. So Wiggles, you might get some other people pulling, but yeah, Dymatize, people are starting to think this is all just a big show. What do you got to say about that?
That's the point of it. That's the
But is
point.
it ever going to happen? It's good to have a show, but is it ever going to happen? Because we said,
if it never happens, then you're just going to fade away.
If Wiggles is what'd you say, Wiggles? Cincinnati, March what?
So real quick, Wiggles said January 15th, which is the Omega. He said, I'll play the Omega. You said no. Then you said after February 4th, or whatever it is, I'm a free. So I said, okay, we'll do it after February 4th. Now you're saying March, maybe March.
No,
So
I'm not saying
this
March.
as an event.
I'm just
Don't have to do it at an event.
because you had mentioned
we can do it in a garage. We can do it in Dayton at a bar. I know a great bar. With
y'all just meet halfway, right? Set it up in the parking lot of a Walmart and duke it out.
Let's do it right now.
So real quick, guys. So Austin has a mobile table. He'll drive in his car, pop up in a parking lot, whatever.
Yeah, no.
How much longer are we?
Not for them.
But I could be at his house in 2 hours. We can go and go relive in 2 hours. What?
Just keep the stream going. We'll have the match tonight.
There you
A
go.
midnight match.
Look, just be quiet when you pull in. The pit bulls are out in the yard.
Excuses already.
So Dymatize, how does this match go down right-handed? Walk me through this. You guys are going to
Hey, are
grip
y'all
up.
going to do best of 6, best of 5, best of 3? What's popping here?
I'm cool with best of 5. I mean, what do you think,
Man,
Wiggles?
Man,
Best
I
of
think
5?
y'all should do 6 and grind it out.
Grind it out. All right.
But that's just my
Whatever.
opinion. That's just my opinion.
We can talk the big particulars, but I mean, what right hand is
I'm
all I
not
got.
sure that
My only thing is right hand. After February 4th.
After February 4th, right hand, I got you. I'm pretty open. The only thing is my daughter should be born on January 29th-ish, and my daughter's birthday is February 8th. So I got a little bit of conflict at those very beginning dates, but I'm pretty open after that. I don't think that I honestly have the endurance to match somebody in 6 rounds.
Yeah, if you don't have the endurance, then that's fine, you know.
But I don't think Dustin has that much in him either. But so I mean I think it'll be a smoke show, to be honest. It'll be easy on me. It'll be like this.
So Dustin, real quick, we have Grant Diet, the man of Armless Uncensored, said, why are you putting all this weight and then you're crying about having to pull super heavies? Is James gonna be too big for you? Are you scared of the super heavies, or what's the deal?
Okay, so
I'm going for 242. I'm coming down.
Yeah, he looks thin right now. He looks thin. But addressing that, by the way, I wasn't crying about pulling super heavies. I was just saying, shouldn't there be multiple, I don't know, weight? I mean, let's think about it. You got 186 to whatever. You got 150 something to whatever. You got, 200 to 220. I mean, you got all these groups, but then you get to 242 and it just stops.
I think I got this one here. Here you go.
There's guys that are 300, 400. There you go. Exactly. There you go. So you get to 242 and it just goes nothing. I mean, dude, I was 242 when I was in 7th grade. You know, like why why can't you go to 260, then to 280, 300, 320, and then I understand after that you get to maybe 320, and then boom, you know, plus or whatever. But other than that, I mean, why does that have to stop? You know.
The reason why there's probably not that many is also the reason why there's not lighter classes like for me, except at very certain tournaments, because there's not enough people to fulfill them. Like in Texas, the amateur class is 176, not even 154. So like I have to pull 176. Like there's not even a 154 class. So I think it's the same reason.
And really,
you know, just to fill
after
tournaments.
225 to 242, like it's just you're just building muscle after that. Like you're just getting bigger and bigger, and wherever you're topping out at, like there's some people that are going to max out at like 270.
Look at Corey West. Corey West is 420 pounds, but he's not a big fat dude. I mean, of course he's got some fat on his body, right? But he's not. I mean, dude, he's not a big fat
I'm not
guy.
calling Corey West fat because he's a beast, but I'm just saying that man. Have you seen the Family Guy episode where they throw apples and it has gravity? He's got a little bit of mass to him. He don't need no gainer.
He's got a lot of mass to him, dude. But you know that you got a
Corey West cuts down to 285, he'd be unstoppable.
Dude, if he cut down to maybe 350, he'd be unstoppable.
Dymatize, the poll says, will this match ever happen? And 66% say you're not going to man up and do it. So we got people losing faith in you tonight. You got to turn it back around, man. People are starting to check out on Dymatize.
No. You were at 70%. I actually want it to go higher, dude. I'm hoping to get it to 80%, like 85%.
Can you see who's voting? Can you see the names that vote?
I don't know if I can or not. And I'm not sure yet if I can or not, but
I can't even see chat. I'm upset about that. You need to stream chat on the Zoom call.
Yeah, I can't see chat at all. I feel out of the loop.
Hey, Carlo, let me if I minimize my Zoom call, can you hear?
Yeah. Just make the screen smaller. I have the window open for YouTube and the window open for Zoom, so I can see both.
Hey, Wiggles, do you remember my phone? Mason? Wiggles, do you remember gripping up with my buddy at that practice or no?
Oh, at my first practice, at Niles' practice?
Yeah, in Dayton.
Yeah, my first practice when I gripped. Yeah. I remember he's a little kid, right?
He's
like
real skinny
or so.
Yeah, he's like 150 and he's real thin. He's tall. He's about 6'1" or so.
Yeah, real nice guy. I think I had a video of him helping Ryder, or maybe it was another kid. I can't remember. I didn't meet him. Real nice guy.
He's super young. He's like 20 years old. Yeah, okay. I just didn't know if you remembered or not. Anyways, I was just going to tell you.
I don't remember exactly how I was gripping up because it was my first day, and I was really, to be honest, I mean, I was nervous because I mean, like you got Todd Zilla and that Jennings dude that just went up, or that Jaeger dude that just went up, Austin Jaggers. Yeah, I always mess up names. He was there, and they're over there. You ever seen two super heavies banging out, man? It's crazy. Like you just
people shaking.
Dude, two super heavies on a table, man. It's like there's like you can see like shit coming off the table like smoke.
Yeah,
I'm serious. It's crazy.
So I'm over there. I'm just in awe. Like I'm trying to arm wrestle other people, and I'm just losing, just watching these beasts go at it the whole time. So I mean, like you can't count my first practice for much anything. I was honestly.
I wasn't saying anything bad. I was just asking because I was going to tell you. He actually told me in chat that you and I. He said he would probably put us. He said it was almost like pulling the same person. Basically, he was like, "You guys are very, very similar." So.
Well, you and Wiggles? You and Wiggles are similar?
Yeah, me and Wiggles.
Yep, who said this?
His name is Mason Adkins.
Okay. So I will say this: if he said that, and that was Wiggles' first practice, Wiggles has now lost 30 pounds and put on like 20 pounds of muscle.
Listen,
I've only practiced with him twice.
I mean, they're getting. I mean, they're not big, but they're getting big to me.
Yeah, you look way more cut, bro. Way more.
Way more.
Like way more.
Yeah.
Hey, how's your wrist flexion? How's this coming?
Dude, that thing is awful. Look, there it is. That's it. That's the right one.
Hand. I got small hands. I noticed you called me out on that.
You like Donald Trump? Donald Trump's small hands, right? You got the little
baby hands, son.
Baby hands, yep. And I'm 6'1", 270, and I got freaking 8 inch it's like 8 inches from wrist to fingertips. It's ridiculous.
That's what mine is, 8 from wrist to fingertip.
Mine's it's right at, yeah. And see, you're 160 pounds.
Shit, I wish I was 160.
Dustin might So
I'm
Dustin,
either
my
8.5 or 9 from palm line to fingertip of my middle finger.
It looks like I'm a little out leveraged, but we'll figure that out, right?
so Dustin, me and Austin have talked about this before. The longer you wait for your match with Wiggles, the worse off you're going to be because Wiggles is getting stronger every day. So if you wait till February and then March and April, your odds are going way down.
Is Dustin getting stronger every day, or?
I don't think
that's
so.
right.
I don't know.
You've
I
been
don't think so.
arm because
don't
getting
think
stronger
so, and
off
that's
the
what I
table
want.
doesn't translate to the table.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
I changed my lift program completely for arm. You don't understand. Arm wrestling isn't the same. You can't just work out regular workouts. It doesn't. It does help. All inherent strength will help, but if you are not practicing the things that are right, you're going to get wrecked.
Mason, Doug, and I are all taking care of this. Okay, sound good? We're taking care of it.
Does that mean that you're hopping on the pancakes?
We're taking care of
He's
it.
going
Let's set it up.
to need Trim. He's going to need HGH. He's going to need to call Devin and get his stack.
All right.
LeVon, he needs
Well,
LeVon's stack.
we've been at it for 45 minutes now, and you guys have said he's going to need this, he's going to need that, and what have I said? Set it up. So come on.
So guys, real quick on that topic, let's do a round table. Devin or LeVon. And Pradeep had a show about this. Don't pick on your heart. Who do you think is actually going to win? If I give you $1,000 to bet, who would you pick? Start with Dymatize. Start with Dymatize.
LeVon right now.
Dymatize. What do you do?
A Devin Larratt, 310 pounds or heavier, I think could pull it off. However, I would still go LeVon 4-2.
4-2. Austin.
That's what I would say too, like 4-2. I think Devin will sneak in a win or two randomly.
Yep. Same.
Wiggles, what do you think?
I went way early in my prediction, and I said 4-2, but I'm going to change it, and I'm going to say 3-4 for Devin.
Oh, 7 rounds. I like
Devin's
it.
going to win.
I think Devin gets to stop. If Devin gets to stop in the 3rd round, he wins.
I
If
would
it goes
agree.
7 rounds,
And I also think that if Devin even gets 1 pin on LeVon, it's a victory anyway.
Hell yeah.
I would
It don't
agree.
matter if it's round 6. But
Hell,
it also, there's a good chance that it
LeVon-
could be like when he faced Saplenkoff. It could be the 6-0 slaughter. But if anybody could take him down, I have faith in Devin, and I don't think he's going to show up 310. I think he's going to show up probably 285.
Yeah, he said in one of his interviews, he was like, even if I got to 310, it doesn't change a lot. He said he feels the greatest at like 280, 285, like as strong as he's ever been, right? So
because he's not. We've already figured out. We sent Chafee. You're not going to beat him like traditionally trying to get a slip or just inside. Yeah. He's not going to beat LeVon in the strong areas. The Europeans are already going to cry, but it's going to be a King's move match for the first 3 or 4 rounds until he wears LeVon down.
Devin's never just going to meet LeVon in the middle and pull him sideways. It's never going to happen. Nobody is. Nobody will.
I was going to start like this, in a stop and a high hook like that, and it's just going to rotate Kings, and that's how it's
high hook, Kent style. Is Matt in the chat? Where's Matt at?
He's going to slip, and he's going to get in the strap, and then he's going to fucking keep doing this to his thumb, and just like he did Chafee. And then Chafee, just like Chafee said, get the fuck off my thumb. And but LeVon's gonna say it, and he's probably gonna smack the shit out of him. But we'll find
so I'll
out.
take my prediction. If you saw the video, I'm going 6-0. I think it's gonna be too much. I think Devin, like I said, he might be able to slow him down in the 3rd or 4th, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do it.
You think slow him down, or do you think he could stop him, Kotlo?
No, I mean, what I'm saying is I think it's gonna be flash, slower, or it might be fast the whole time. It might be like quick, but I don't think Devin's going to find a way to win.
It'll either be a 6-0 like you say, Cutler, or it'll be like I said.
Yeah, it could be 4-2. That's
but here's the thing: you said flash. He didn't even flash Dave Chafee. So
yeah, he did. I think he did.
You give Devin Larratt 6 months. You think he's going to be flash? I don't think so, man.
Dave Chafee didn't hold LeVon.
Dave Chafee had like 2 years.
Dave Chafee didn't hold LeVon for more than 2 seconds. I mean, he didn't.
Yeah, like 2 seconds.
No, he held him. There was a couple matches he held him about 7 or 8 seconds.
I think LeVon let him kind of work on that last round and then just pinned him.
Yeah.
But,
well,
he's like, are you actually going to try? Or are you going to keep trying to slip? Like, what's going on here? I was talking about Devin Larratt. I'll have the pros all mad. You start asking too many of my opinions. I don't make Michael Todd so angry. You don't talk to him no more.
So, guys, real quick, we're going to change off of this prediction. Let's talk about Arm Wrestling Uncensored, this group. What do each of you kind of see this platform for? Obviously, this has kind of created some friction with you guys, but how are you each going to use this platform really to kind of grow yourself or grow the sport? Let's start with you, Dymatize. Besides telling me what to eat and how to take weight gainer and gain 50 pounds, what else are you going to do?
I mean, I like the platform. I mean, it got us to here where we're at, right?
Yep.
However, I'm not just using the platform to get my name out there or anything. I mean, I just enjoy it because, I've gotten involved in it. I mean, I've got Grant Diet's a funny dude. I mean, there's some funny guys in there. Basically, I just kind of pay attention to it 20% of my day, 15% of my day, but I don't have any plans with it. I'm not going to use it to like promote myself or any of that shit other than maybe getting my name out there right now. You know what I mean? But
it's not to find a match. It's not to find a match. It's not to do anything like that. It's more just to have fun.
It would be to have fun. I would like to find a match with it. However, not like, for 5 years. I don't need it. I just want to get my name out there originally. Right. So
we already found a match. Yeah. You found Wiggles right here, but I don't think you guys can have a match.
Okay. Well, I mean, Wiggles, and that's on Wiggles and I and you to set it up. So let's go.
Good. Let's go. Set it up. I like that. Austin, what about you? What's the plan?
I mean, I'm already using it, baby, to the full advantage.
So Austin, if you guys saw the table, that was actually Austin's idea, the Armless Uncensored table. Did you guys see the picture of that? Wiggles or Dymatize?
Nice.
Yeah, it was a nice touch.
I contacted like 7 manufacturers that make tables, man, and the best tables were made here in Texas, which was pretty sweet. In my opinion, this is just an opinion, but in my opinion, his tables are the nicest ones.
How far away are you guys from each other? You and
40 miles, 30 miles?
Like 45 miles.
Yeah. He's east.
I'm sure you guys have met up a lot then, huh?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Like probably what,
Fridays,
once,
twice a month, yeah.
Yeah.
We got another real quick, guys, we got another surprise guest. I don't know Ty very well, but I've seen him a little bit, so we'll see what Ty has to say. You guys know Ty?
Ty who?
Ty Maxim.
Oh, he's in the group chat, right?
Yeah, but his camera's off.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I don't know if I've ever seen him in person. I've seen him in the chat before, I think.
I've seen his comments and stuff.
So, where are we at? Austin with AWU, what he's taking it with it?
Just get matches. I'm trying to get matches. I'm trying to pull everybody.
So Austin has some of the most viral stuff. You guys saw the lifts.
I don't give a shit who it is. I'll pull anybody, win or lose. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
I like it. I like that.
Real quick, Wiggles, you go next, and we'll go over to Ty. Let's introduce Ty. What's your purpose?
Ty's got his camera working.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What's up, dude? How are you?
Chilling. Just got all the soreness out of my arms from the January 8th event, so we're good.
Yeah, so Ty was saying in the chat, he said, "Let me in," and then Ty and I are chatting. He was at the tournament this past weekend with all the super matches. How was that event, Ty? Walk us through it.
Oh man, it was. I felt like a kid in a candy shop. I really did. I actually got so hyped about everyone else's matches going on that I forgot to hear my own name. So it was a really great event. Really great.
Yeah, so what's your background? How long you been pulling? I know you've been in the group. You make some pretty slick posters. That's kind of you've been doing.
Yeah. Actually, I just saw Michael Todd posted it, that one on his Instagram. Pretty good. So actively here in Richmond, Virginia. I've trained with some of the guys. Been to 3 practices prior to COVID, and then I just competed in my first tournament at that time. So fresh off the couch, decided to hop into Paul Italia's Travis Bajan's event. All the names started popping up. I heard Damon and Rob, got to meet Rob. That was really great. So that was actually my second tournament, and didn't win anything. Mainly there for the lessons learned. Travis had put on a semi-pro class. I saw amateur and then I saw pro on the flyer, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, we'll hop in amateur, fresh off the couch, see what's up. But Travis standing in front of me is probably like an inch taller, probably 30, 40 pounds heavier than I am. I got to impress the man. So I'm like, yeah, throw me in the semi pros. Let's see what's up. And I was hanging and banging. But I would say actual table time. Yeah, I definitely got dusted. I'll come after Wiggles next.
So I had this talk a lot with people. I pulled my first tournament in Lindale a couple months ago, and I pulled the amateurs and they had the pro, and then they have all the guys in the amateur, kind of the amateur as a warm up. I'm like, dude, these dudes have been pulling 3-4 years, and I go up there and it's like, I'm dead meat. And then after the amateur tournament, they go right into the pro tournament, kind of right after
pro. And then they all place in pro.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's, I know it's always been kind of a hot topic, but I guess the answer is always just, hey, get better. And if you don't like it, then don't compete,
Hey,
right?
Ty, did you see Damon? You get to talk to Damon?
I didn't get to talk to him. I was actually sitting at the same table Rob was sitting at prior to the event, and them getting pulled back there. We were looking for him coming in, and we didn't see him up until, I want to say, maybe an hour into it. I saw Rob get pulled to the back, and I just saw a guy with dreadlocks walking back there.
Predator.
Yeah,
I got
he
the
really
Predator.
was like the Predator. He showed up, like his punches, doing that shit. He just showed up so quick, couldn't even see him. But I got a chance to see him a little bit after. I didn't get a chance to introduce myself. I was too busy trying to watch some of the other super matches. I still had a couple matches going on myself. Got to meet Rob though a lot more than Damon. Damon was there. Damon was looking like his arms were made out of steel cables. So
Hey, I was gonna say Damon actually looks like he might actually got it going on. He got 140 pounds of side pressure. He looked pretty strong.
Oh no, absolutely. And I
his
kind of felt bad because I
his
went up to
fingers are
Rob.
long as shit.
Oh, go ahead.
Good
Dustin.
Lord, he's got some big ass hands. He's got
Mhm.
some huge hands. That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, his hands are big. That's why I'm gonna hook him. I'm not gonna
There
top
you
roll him.
go.
I'm gonna hook him.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
he'll definitely hang in there with you.
Oh
I
no,
kind of felt
that's his specialty. So I'm gonna go right where he wants to go.
Just take all that away. Just don't let him do all that. Just grab him up. and
Well,
stuff.
he can't flop if I got him in a hook. So
That's
we'll
right.
see
Just
if I can
rip on
hold him
the
in a hook.
stuff
I mean,
on him.
if he's got
throw him in a dad
140
move.
pounds of
Dad
side
move him.
pressure, I only have like 65, 70 pounds of side pressure. So in theory, he should just blow right through me. So if I can hold him in a hook, it's all a hoax. I'll just say that right
Dad
now.
move him.
So
Dad
Ty,
move him. Let's go. Devin Lair, dad move him.
Ty, real quick,
What's up?
Paul gives you a shout out. Says thanks for coming through the tournament, bro. So yeah, he appreciates you coming out.
Oh
and
yeah, I
supporting the
mean,
event.
I definitely he's a man indistinguishable in the crowd. You kind of see the man with the cowboy hat, Paul Talia. Looked like $1,000,000 that night. Great event.
Dude, that guy knows how to dress, don't he? He runs.
Yeah,
He's
oh,
a little
yeah.
Kenny Chesney looking.
Man, I don't
little
understand
Kenny
people's
Chesney.
beef with Paul. Paul is like the nicest dude. I've hit his DMs before and asked him questions. Legit, one of the nicest men I've actually
Oh,
talked
yeah.
to in the
Have
sport.
you guys seen him and what's it, Tom Nelson's beef? I mean, it's like, damn, like what the hell?
Yeah, I don't beef with Tom. He's my guy. I love
People
Tom.
don't like Paul because he's got it going on.
But
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
I think that's a lot.
Envy.
I think they see
Envy.
his spot in the sport and want to be there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime you're at the top, right? People come for you. We met Paul in Lindale. I only had good things to say about him. He invited everyone to the after party and stuff. Took care of us. I mean, you can't say
He's
anything
super
bad.
cool.
So Paul,
Yeah.
keep doing your thing. He's a big supporter of AWU, of these amateurs.
I'm a big fan of Paul Italia. Big fan.
I am
Oh, yeah.
too, and he looks just like Kenny Chesney. He needs to learn how to sing.
Paul Talibia album coming out soon, 2022.
Man, Paul
That's right.
Italia
Paul
is
Italia.
also super jacked, even in person. He looks exactly like his pictures. You see him in person, like, holy shit, this dude is jacked.
Oh, he was
He
fully
looks real short.
coated up. It was cold that
He's really
day.
short.
And you could tell he's built even through his jacket. Yeah.
So
yeah,
do you
I mean,
guys?
a lot of guys, they post a lot of
He might
pictures,
go-
and then you see him in person, they don't look anything like their pictures, but he really is jacked.
Do you guys think the Damon Ransom Rob Kelly events are going to bring more amateur events? We've already talked about Austin Damon, but do you guys foresee this happening more and more now, or do you think it's kind of going to
Hell
fade out
yeah.
after?
I think it should. I think that it should almost become a staple. Like, find two up and comers that you see dedicated, that are working hard, and give them a shot, man. I mean, like, I think it was
How do you-
awesome.
That's how we have to grow the sport. How do you become a pro from an amateur level? I mean, you have to pull, you have to
Well,
work hard, you have to grow the sport,
I mean, you
Well,
think
they-
about it in boxing, they put on a lot of the lesser talented guys
Yeah.
in the build up to the ultimate, card. And
Right.
with Travis's event, you had Travis pulling and Todd Hutchings, there was a lot of kind of big guys there. So it fit perfectly as a lead up.
It's almost
for
like
people
the two go hand in hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put them together like that, I mean, it would be great.
I think overall, if y'all think about it in the long run, y'all think it too small. Like, in the long run, when you go to do a production, eventually you're going to have enough matches to fill up a segment, right? Well,
Right.
It's hard to get Todd and Mario and Withers and all these top names in the same spot pulling at the same time. It's almost impossible, right? So you got to get these cards built up. And
Yep.
there's other matches people will pay to see.
So all guys,
yeah.
I
Even
heard
if I
some.
have a small fan base of 10 or 15 people, if each one of those buys a pay-per-view, I mean, you're up money, man. You're not losing anything by putting two young people on a card.
So I heard some rumblings though that a lot of pros are actually not all the pros, but there's a group of pros who are not happy this is happening, right? They're like, these guys are skipping the line. They didn't put in the work. This is not the right protocol. What do you guys think about that? Like, do you believe that everyone should go up the same path and have to beat all these guys?
There's
It's a
also
different
reasons
sport.
why there's people that are in the top 10 ranked and nobody knows their name. It's because you're not out there. You're not putting in the work. You're in the gym. You put way more work on the table than me. I'm not disrespecting your work pros, but I'm saying you all don't publish yourself. You don't come on these shows. You don't come interact with your fans. They're lazy. Like when it comes to interaction.
Let's face it. It's also that they don't want us getting bigger, stronger, faster, and they don't want us taking over the sport either.
I think that's
I mean, let's face it.
An ignorant statement. Every professional I've ever met has been more than kind in helping everyone. Every single
What's the subject? The subject of the matter is they don't like the fact that we're trying to take steps, right? They don't like the fact that what'd you say, David?
My point was that I heard some rumblings, and actually Paul told me there's gonna be some video coming out of somebody or some people that say this is all BS, right? Like Robert Kelly and Damon don't deserve to be on here. They didn't put in the work. They're not even good pullers. I know 100 guys that could beat them, but my comment to you guys is that this is a new world. This is a new way of generation. Jake Paul, again, let's use him as a prime example. Jake Paul could probably be beat by 100 boxers that are not very well known, right?
There's to get knocked out by Jake Paul next, please.
Yeah, so Jake Paul is not the best boxer. We all know that, but Jake Paul can draw an audience and get people who have money to pay to watch him, right? So if people will have money, and my point was that if it was Austin Jennings and Damon or two strong guys from California and had $10 to put on a match, I want to watch Austin and Damon because they make me excited. And so guys need to understand that just because you're strong doesn't mean you're going to get matches. And a lot of these guys, not a lot of them, but some guys don't know how to market themselves. So
I don't even think they looked into the backstory of it too much either. I think those people are the type of people that just saw the poster and just thought like, who are these amateur guys? It's unfortunate because it is a different generation of sports globally, where if you're not getting on social media, if you're not getting on film, then you do become irrelevant. I mean, you see that with some of the top guys. I mean, take and I love Matt Mask. He's like my number one guy, but he hasn't been active. He hasn't been on the social media. He hasn't been.
He's trying to.
He's getting back into it.
You're right.
He has an oil field. He's got the family. He's got, I have a family too. So I'm just using him as a prime example because if he was pushing himself more, I think people would rank him a lot higher, even though he may.
I agree.
Not be in that
so guys, real quick, guys, if you were Damon Ransom,
Marcio Barboza.
If you were Damon Ransom, what's your next path? Like, because Damon Ransom can easily put together a good plan of how to grow himself in the sport, right? Or he can try to maybe think he can beat some pros and get knocked out and think some of the comments.
It's going to be hard for him,
in the
David.
Top 20 in the country that's in the 154 class and call him out. That's what I would have done.
It's going to be hard for him though, because you can tell he's not a real social. He doesn't use a lot of interpersonal skills. Just from the videos that I've seen him in, he's not a real. He'll type. He'll put a lot of comments. But I mean, I'm talking about like this right here, like what we're doing. I don't think I've ever seen him in videos talking.
So Damon did a big podcast with Uncle John prior to that match, which did really well. So I mean, he's putting in the work.
Did it look like he was comfortable? I mean, like he's going to maybe do some more. Like okay,
he's fine. But my comment.
I think he should have called out somebody like Palco or something. Maybe not Palco. Maybe Palco's too much. But I mean,
no way, too much.
He needs to call out. He needs to call out a 130-pound guy that's a pro.
Yeah, I don't think he had any plans of calling
like a 140-pound guy that's a pro. Like there's like Michael Newman, Isaac Luna. There's a bunch of guys that are around 140 that are pros.
But what if those guys have that mindset, Austin, of you haven't earned it yet? You know what I mean? That's the whole process of. That's why amateurs are so hard.
They're missing out on the hype train.
No,
I will say this:
it's just public enough.
He can say that he hasn't earned it, but he's got way more like online presence than them. So like it would almost be like. He would get them views. He would actually make them known, especially if they crush him, right?
Correct.
Like they blast through him like he's nothing. Like this guy that just beat Robert on pay-per-view, and I just crush him, and nobody knows who I am. Now they know.
Yeah. So I think that's why if I'm Damon, I have to be strategic, right? Because Damon beat Robert. I don't know how good Robert is, but now Damon can either take a big match.
Austin was a smart choice.
Well, but if he takes a big match, he might fade into oblivion, right? The hype's over. But if he kind of builds a good plan, he can do this right. So I think Austin is a good choice. He'll be competitive. There's some
I think
comments
me
in
and Damon are going to be really competitive. I'm not even going to say I'm going to crush him. I really think it'll be a really, really, really good match. I'm going to have to really train.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
so-
think that'd be a good match, actually. Very good match.
Some of
You
the
know
comments.
what? Bottom line is you get stronger, you're undefeated on the table, 8, 10, 12, 14 wins in a row. People have to take notice. They have to. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's just beat the shit out of people. Slam, fuck people up. Guess what? You got a match coming. That's all
So
it
real
takes.
quick, guys, couple good comments here. So Paul says, characters that can pull sell tickets, which is very true, right? You got to be able. Another comment I think was from Dennis Saplenkov said, you got to be able to arm wrestle, but you can also got to be able to talk crap. So you can't talk crap and just get smoked because then you just fade away. So
Travis Bajent talks all that shit, and he'll admit, he said, I got bills to pay. I've got this. You know what I mean? You know how many thousands and thousands of dollars Bajent has made from just putting his name out there, talking shit, calling people out. I mean, let's face it.
But Damon, but I think why Damon's so popular now, or he talked a bunch of stuff. He said I can do all these lists, all these things. He did them all, and then he did what he said he would do in the match. He beat Rob 3-0.
He backed it up. Yeah, he did exactly what he said too. He pulled him into a hook, and
he didn't lose his wrist, like he said.
He didn't lose his wrist. He said he wasn't going to lose his wrist. He did everything.
Didn't that guy take Damon's wrist in the last match?
Yeah, the last time Robert took his hand. This time he didn't take his hand.
So guys, real quick,
he must be working hard then.
Hey guys, real quick, is anybody hungry? Because we got the DoorDash Queen here. DoorDash Queen, are you here?
I'm here.
What's up, Stephanie? How are you?
Hey, Stephanie, does your wrist still hurt after I cracked it 4 times in a row? Or?
Look what I got going on behind me, to deadlift.
How much is that, Stephanie?
Well, it's only 3 plates and the bar's 35, so it's not very much.
I'm gonna give Stephanie some props real quick. Look at that shirt she's wearing. She even with the rip. You said it ripped too. You told me it got some kind of tear in it.
I sewed it. I look at like
you, girl.
I don't want my face on here. You can see my.
Listen, you gotta get the neoprene or whatever this one is, the fabric one. That's the better shirt.
The dry fit. David still won't give me a dry fit.
Yeah, the dry fit.
You got to bulk up a little bit first.
I had to pay.
You got to bulk up.
Stephanie,
where are we live streaming at?
To YouTube. What do you have to say to all your fans? Your only fans?
I have no fans.
Your only fan.
I have zero. There's nobody likes me.
So Stephanie, real quick, walk me through.
Stephanie. I'm a fan.
Stephanie's got a big powerlifting competition coming up. Tell us what you got coming up.
I'm just doing a meet at Grinder Gym, but there's my timer for my next lift. Do you guys want to watch me do
it live. Do the lift live.
Do it. Let's see it.
Hell yeah.
We're going to critique your form.
Let me see how I can flip the camera. Oh, there's my finger. Okay.
Stephanie, what's your gear stack? Tell me what you're on right now.
How much juice you on?
Are you joking or do you really want to know?
No, tell us. I want to know because I know you're getting stronger.
Okay, hold on.
You might be able to teach some of us something.
I think that the stuff I'm on is crap and I have to get some better stuff. Like the person I got it from it's not good. Hold on.
Where are you from, Stephanie? Where are you from again?
San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Stephanie, are you going to the King of Cali? Stephanie, you be at the King of Cali?
Yeah, I don't really feel like it because I don't want to deal with any drama.
I want to see Austin Jennings versus you rematch King of Cali. What do you think?
My right arm is really not good. I'm only going to pull.
Perfect.
Next I'm going to pull left at the ladies tournament.
Is this a trap house you're in? It's like a trap house.
No shit. She's got people at the door she's slanging to.
Hold on. I don't know how to set this up.
Okay, we can see.
Don't get the Stephanie. Take the 5 and 10 walk out of the.
So while Stephanie's trying to figure out her camera situation, I'll tell you all my dreams for AWU. Since
go ahead, Wiggles.
So I have big plans for AWU, even though I'm not really a master of the circus or anything. I see us eventually having, kind of our own promotion. I think that'd be great. I think that we have a lot of farm league talent, that a lot of people on here that really could be good in the future, as long as we all keep dedicated and we keep working. I mean, I don't see why.
Sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead. We can see you.
Can you?
Yes.
Oh, the
How much weight is
glasses
that?
matches the shirt, Kylo.
They go to the beat. If we had some music, they'd be actually pumping. Put on some rave
Nice.
music.
Man,
Okay,
so how much weight is that? That's like what, 250?
315? That's like 315. 3 plates.
Is it 3 plates or-
Lord.
Yeah, that's 315.
Yeah,
Oh
315.
Lord. Man, I tried deadlifting the other day. I got like 175 before my back was like, dude, you need to chill.
Yeah, my
whoops, oh,
knee.
shit.
I can't do it because of my knee. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen me post my legs and shit and put the shit where I put like horse or human, you know, but man, that's from my old days of lifting with my
Oh, that
legs.
was
I used to lift the shit out
light
of them.
work.
There you go,
Oh,
Stephanie.
hell
That was-
yeah.
Oh, she got
that
it.
shit looks
For a
easy.
female.
Whew. Okay.
Hey, don't be thrown out for a female. You know they don't like that shit. She's either a beast or she's not a beast, right?
Me?
You can say whatever the hell you want, but there's definitely a difference between the max lift of a female and the max lift of a male. You can check
There
the
is.
record anytime you want.
The statistics.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
the
you
stats do
can
not
argue
lie.
about whatever you want to argue about, but then we'll go look at the record books and then we'll talk about facts.
Yeah, the
There you
stats
go.
do not
Hey,
lie.
we're on live.
Yeah,
You want to
the,
see?
the stats don't lie.
This is Cora.
Who's this? Your daughter? Another daughter?
Yeah.
We met
And
your
this
other daughter in
Xana.
Lindale. Yeah, she was at Lindale with you.
You met Xana. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, girls.
Cora, give him a flex. Show off for your bicep.
I think I've seen your daughter
That's
lifting with you,
nice.
Tiffany. I think I've seen your daughter lifting. Isn't she
Yeah,
pretty
but-
strong too?
Right.
I'm more
surprised
bicep than
that-
Dustin.
I'm surprised they'll go on camera with you, Stephanie. My daughter's like, do not. I'm surprised that they'll go on camera with you. My daughter's like, do not get anywhere near me if you're on live. I'm like, oh,
Why? Because we all look good. Look at these girls.
that's right. Very beautiful.
Hey, David, is that
I
a
can't
filter? Or do
see.
you actually have glasses on?
Those are real. You want to wear
Oh,
them
shit.
sometime?
It looks
Yeah,
like a
they're-
filter.
I thought that was a filter too.
These guys
No,
watch
it's the real
so
I
deal.
much.
thought it was a filter too. Yeah.
I thought they were cool. I was like, where do you get that filter? That's pretty cool.
Okay.
No
all right.
shit. That was
He's
badass.
a slick man.
So Stephanie, real quick, in this
What?
of these 5 characters here, who can you beat right and left-handed in this chat?
Nobody.
I don't know. I think you can beat some of us. I think for sure Dymatize is getting. I think Dymatize is getting pinned both arms by you. I put my money on you.
Yeah. Facts.
Okay, hold on. Hold
Two
on.
fingers.
That's not it.
Stephanie, tell
I think she's
Dymatize your
taking it all
credentials.
out.
You were
I
an
think she's
IFA. Would
taking
you?
all of
Where's
that.
your IFA medal? Show me your IFA medals.
What medals?
I thought you got second place.
Damn.
No?
I got this.
Let's see. Uh-oh.
What is that?
Austin Jennings,
is
you better
that?
get on that.
Hold on. I also got this.
Hey, were you on gear when I cracked your wrist back?
Um,
When was that?
no, I don't think so. I went I don't do it for arm wrestling, I do it for powerlifting. Well,
Mm.
What was that, Stephanie? I couldn't really see it very well. What was it?
Have some orange juice.
Wait. Does it
Pancake.
look white?
Liquid pancakes.
No,
Yeah.
I know that. I'm just saying, like, what? I mean,
Specifically?
what do you use, Stephanie? Yeah.
This is NPP and Primo and then some Anavar, but I've been seriously getting a lot of back pump. And it's terrible. It's awful.
Stephanie, how are your gains from all that stuff? You getting massive gains?
I got like a bunch of who even cares about those?
Look, she got more medals than
here.
all 5 of us
Wait,
combined.
I
No
got
shit.
Yeah.
Twice as many as all of us.
Look, this one. That, do you know who that is from?
Brain
NB
Classic. MBK.
Yeah.
Somebody was trash talking NBK on the site earlier. I don't know why.
But this
saw
my
that.
powerlifting
Bad
one.
about until today.
Anyway.
Anyways, guys,
Okay, we're gonna,
not low.
Hey.
So when are we gonna set this up?
so real quick, I'm gonna ask you guys real quick. So Wiggles, everyone gets the last wrap up. Everyone gets a minute each. Plug whatever you want to talk about. Let's start with Wiggles.
Oh.
Give me your 2 minutes. Anything you want to talk about? I know you want to talk about the Omega. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Anything-
for
you're-
sure. So this weekend, make sure everybody tries to get to a mega up in Cleveland and support Kyle DePew. I think they're still working on trying to figure out a live stream. I don't know if they've figured that out yet, but my boy Niles is pulling for some rank against Huddick. By the way, I think he's going to destroy him. I think it goes.
No,
I think it goes
absolutely not.
on the hook eventually.
Real quick, Wiggles. Kyle told me they're going to stream it on Niles' YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay, sweet.
Anything else you want to plug before we go to the next person?
No, I just want to give a shout out. Thanks to AWU for giving me this opportunity, and definitely Jose Hernandez and all them that have been coaching me, and Niles and everybody that's helped a long way, and Todd Zilla and all the people that helped, man. Appreciate
All
it.
right. Good. Thank you. Dymatize. Let's see. You got 1 or 2 minutes. Anything you want to say? Open floor.
No, just thanks for everybody tuning in. Finally get a chance to, say my piece. Wiggles and I have kind of discussed it behind the scenes, but we finally get to hash it out. Can't wait to hash it out on the table. To the 70% that said it ain't never gonna happen, or
Wasn't me.
I want all of you guys to be in my inbox saying my bad.
Hey,
after you see it.
Dustin, I'll side bet you $200 that James beats you.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
Let's lock it right in right now.
Let's
200
lock it in.
right now. Let's
I'll
lock it in right now.
action with you, Austin.
Well, we haven't even locked in the damn.
It doesn't matter. Whatever y'all pull, I got $200 to beat you.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to make that. No, I want to talk to you about it. I want to talk to you about it, not online.
That's a no.
That's
a no.
a hard no.
That's fine.
All right, Austin, what do you want to say about you and
Absolutely
Damon?
Not a hard no, Austin. It's absolutely most likely, but we need to talk numbers. I want to crunch more. It might be more than 200.
Crunch more numbers. It's just $200. There's no numbers to crunch.
More than 200. It might be
There's
more
a
than 200.
2 with 2 zeros afterwards. That's it.
Why don't we make it? I'm thinking it might be a 5 with 2 zeros afterwards. It might be how good I feel, right?
So real quick, okay, Dymatize, you're done. Your time's up. Austin, you got a minute or two. What do you want to say about you, Damon? Whatever you want to say. Open floor.
So I think me and Damon are going to be a good match. I think I'm still going to beat him, but I think it's going to be a grinder. I will not lie. And I was actually surprised that he backed up all of his shit talk, and he really does have some biceps. He can curl. It's all real. Now, I don't think his side pressure is real, but I'm not saying he doesn't have any. I just don't think 140 pounds is legit because his angles are weird. But either way, he's strong and he knows what he's doing. But I think he just needs a little more work in the setup, because in the setup, he didn't really – it was kind of like when I pulled Josh, right? I was brand new. I didn't really know how to get what I wanted, But other than that, I think he's good, and I think we'll be a good match.
Sweet. Max, your turn. What do you want to say?
Yeah, just check out the Facebook group. I post some posters here and there. Whenever I see Hunter make a really badass one, I kind of, get the juices flowing. But no, I'm actually starting to work on my own little YouTube arm wrestling show here. I haven't really settled on a title, but I'm working on some artwork for that. Hugely inspired by the group. Uncle John content type of stuff. Awesome stuff. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I'll post all the information, if anyone's interested on the Arm Wrestling Uncensored group. And that's really about it. Just hitting the gym really hard and going to practice this Thursday. So
sweet. All right, Stephanie Spencer, if you're still there, if you haven't put your shot in your butt yet, tell us your speech. What do you want to say?
I would
shout out to Paul Italia too. Sorry.
I was wondering if you guys could set up a left-handed super match for me with Erica Stevens.
Say her name again. Erica what?
Erica Stevens.
Erica Stevens.
That'd be a good match. Yeah, I've seen her. That'd be a good match.
It would be, except for she won't win.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you got to say.
Hey, Stephanie, do you still have a floppy wrist?
What?
Or did you fix that? Is your wrist still floppy, or did you fix it?
I don't care what my wrist is doing. I'm about to win that super match.
Or you can pull a Damon.
She got a flop.
Coming to the ladies tournament. If she's not scared, I think she might be scared of me.
Okay, we'll have to hit her up. We'll have to post this clip on Arm Wrestling Uncensored and tag her.
Thank you.
Last bet. I got 500. Says Damon can't crack this hand back.
For your hand.
This right hand, he can't crack it back. 500 says he can't.
Okay. I like it.
That's a good one.
I'm saying he can't crack it all the way back before the pin pad.
That's a good bet.
All right, guys.
I want it flat like this. If you give $500, I'll hand it to you.
I don't even think my wrist goes that flat.
Carlo, give me 5 seconds. I forgot to say thank you so much to Doug Allen. I love you very much, and Mason. You guys are awesome. See you soon. Appreciate you both. So anyway, go ahead.
Sweet, guys. So we're hit 100 minutes here. Appreciate your time. Hope you guys enjoyed the first show. Hope to do more of these silly stuff, real stuff. Check us out, and we'll keep the truck moving. So thanks, guys, for all joining us, and Stephanie, and have a good night, guys.